If you're one of those people that think that the Eagles and Howie Vision have figured out their early draft problems of previous years, one of the things you may want them to do, trade back. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So what will the Eagles do in the draft? That is the big question. We've talked about them staying at 10 and taking the best player available. We have talked about them moving up. And the one thing that we haven't talked about, which remains a real possibility, especially with the way the quarterbacks may go in the top 10, we haven't talked about them trading back. Could the Eagles trade back from 10? But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you for all your support that you give to me. It truly, truly means a lot. Now, before I start this video, I have to say this. Shout out to Joe Castro. I don't know if you guys know Joe Castro. Most of you guys probably do. But he's got a channel. He's a content creator on here. Philly the podcast. He does tremendous work, okay? He does tremendous work. And he should have way more subscribers and views than he does because he is absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that he did just a while ago was he was able to get access to the NFL combine. So he went to Indianapolis, drove up there, and he spent a few days, you know, doing interviews and just being with the rest of the media. And he did an outstanding job. I mean, I watched every single video this guy did. Joe is a great guy. And if you haven't seen his stuff, I'm going to put the link in the description. Go sub him up. But one other thing I want to tell you guys about is Joe, he has been able to get access to the NFL draft. He's been able to get access to the NFL draft, and he's got a chance to go. And that's an amazing experience. He's going to get the chance to go as a media guy to the NFL draft. But, you know, it costs a lot to go and things like that. And he's got a GoFundMe going right now for him to go to the draft. So I'm going to leave the link in the description. If you guys want to go check out his GoFundMe, you know, and see what that's about. I'm going to leave that to you guys, but Joe is a great guy, and I just wanted to shout him out and let you guys know what's kind of going on. He's got a chance. We've got one of our own with a chance to go to the NFL draft, and more importantly, he said that if the Eagles take 5, he's going to say something to him, and that's what we want to hear, no question about it. Now, let's get into this video. First thing, okay? The Eagles, they've got to get Jalen Hurts under contract. We all know that it has to happen, right? Josh Talentino said this, speaking from the NFL owners meetings, because the NFL owners meetings are going on this week, and all the coaches, GMs, owners, they're all out there. But he said, speaking from the NFL owners meetings, the Eagles general manager, Howie Roseman, Howie Vision, we're all just living in it, said the team would like to sign quarterback Jalen Hurts to a contract extension, quote, relatively soon. Roseman reiterated multiple times, getting Hurts under a long-term deal remains priority. And it really, really does. But it's going to have to be structured in a way that Jalen Hurts will feel comfortable with, where the Eagles will have maneuverability. And I think Jalen Hurts, he strikes me as one of those guys that wants to win. He wants to win at all costs. And he'll help the team, and they'll structure it in a way that the team will allow, you know, it'll allow them room to constantly put good players around him. Tom Brady did it for years, okay? And look how it turned out for him. But Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they're working on his contract, and he said relatively soon. So my hope, and my hope with Jalen Hurts' contract is that this thing gets done by the draft. It would be really nice to get it out of the way, get it done by the draft. The way that it'll be structured, I'm almost 100% positive. It'll be an extension, meaning that it won't really go against our cap until next year. So they'll pay him upfront money. He'll get his extension, but it really won't kick in right away. Probably not for another year, which is good news for this year for the Eagles. I mean, the one thing we don't want to really do is we don't want to be in a situation like the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, Baltimore Ravens have a franchise quarterback, a guy that has gone out and played tremendous, won an MVP, and they've got to pay him. They got to pay him the big bucks, and they instead of signing him a year ago when it would have been easier, they didn't. Now they're in a situation where he's going to get paid a lot of money. He wants to get paid a lot of money, and they don't want to do it. That's the bottom line. And so now Lamar Jackson has actually requested a trade. He's requesting a trade. Can you imagine a young franchise quarterback like that? Imagine if it was us and if it was Jalen Hurts, a young franchise quarterback asking for a trade and wanting to leave your organization. That's a horrible thing. That is something that the Eagles don't want to go through. So to me, let the Eagles, let them take their time, them and Hurts, work it out. Be calm, relax, deep breaths, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do and get this thing done and let everybody be happy on both sides. Hurts deserves the money, and the Eagles with flexibility to continue to put a team out there that can win. And a team, you know, give Howie Roseman enough room to work his magic. You know, it is Howie vision, and we're all just living in it. Now, as far as Lamar Jackson goes, I've got to say this. There is one place I don't want him to go, okay? One place, and that is Washington. Should be no names, but they now call themselves the Commanders. What a stupid name. But that's what they call themselves. So, Lamar Jackson, if he was to go to Washington, I think Washington instantly becomes one of the top 3 to 4 teams in the NFC conference. I think that. Now, there are a lot of people that don't like Lamar Jackson. They don't think he can win big playoff games. I'm not one of those guys. I think he can win. I think you just put the right players around him, like so many other quarterbacks. I think he can win. Washington, I think he would be deadly. I think it would be tough. And it would be Eagles-Washington every year for the next 10 years, really. I don't want him to go there. Where do I think he's going to end up? I don't know. I think New England is a team to watch out for. I think I could see Belichick. He's been in New England for a while. Kraft is up there. Belichick wants to win again. He doesn't want to go through all this rebuilding process and finding another quarterback. There's rumors that he doesn't like Mac Jones. I could see Lamar Jackson heading to New England. But we'll find out and we'll see. Now, as far as the Eagles goes, and what I wanted to talk about was trading back, because I haven't really talked a lot about trading back, and there's one reason for it, and that is because I'm really kind of against it. I'm not at 10. I'm really not interested in trading back at 10. I'm a believer that the Eagles need to get a top 10 guy in this draft. And because you're going to have 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10, you're really getting the top 6 guy. And I think it's important for the Eagles to do that, to get a top 6 guy. So I haven't really been for it. But, I mean, as with anything, there are exceptions to the rules, okay? There are a lot of people that do think that the Eagles should trade back. And one of the benefits of trading back is that if you say you go back and you get multiple picks, you're allowed to get multiple players. Now, if you hit on those picks, then it's a slam dunk because you're getting multiple players that come in and play. But that's the thing. You have to hit on those picks. We have to hit on every pick anyways, right? I guess that's the truth. But every pick that goes by, every time you go down further and further the draft, that's one less player that you have to draft from. Howie has to be on top of his game. Has to be. All right, I need a drink. Hold on a second. Tastes so good. I love it. I love it. I love soda with no sugar and something called Zevia that makes my tongue numb. My tongue numb. See, it's getting numb already. And I pretend I like it like, oh yeah, it is so good. I just like the caffeine. You know what I mean? I should just do shots of black coffee. That's the best. I bounce off walls for hours. It's a beautiful thing. But anyways, if Howie Roseman can draft well, then it could be a slam dunk. Okay, because the Eagles, they don't have a lot of mid-round picks. They don't have a 4th-round pick. They don't have a 5th-round pick. They don't have a 6th-round pick. So I understand the thought process of let's get more picks. Let's get more picks. And for me, it really depends. Like, do you know who you're going to go back and get? How many spots are you going back, and what are you getting back in return? Now, what I wonder is, could you be in a situation where there's like one quarterback left, right? And you're at 10 and there's one quarterback on the board and multiple teams are trying to get up to him, right? Let's say you get a scenario like that where you got one quarterback left, really, because 4 go, and you have multiple teams trying to get up to 10 to draft him, right? That could be a situation where you get a team to overpay. Now, if I can come away with another 1st-round pick next year, all right, as well as move back, I don't know, 5 to 10 spots, I would consider something like that. I would. You know who I'm drafting, number 5, draft 5, draft 5. But, either way, no matter who you draft, you got to pick the right guy. And that's the thing with the Eagles and what they have to do. I feel like personally, like the number 10 spot, no matter who the Eagles draft, I feel like they're going to get a good person. I feel like it's going to be pretty hard for Howie to screw it up. Okay, I feel like the Eagles are sitting in the perfect spot to get somebody. Somebody's going to fall, whether it's Jalen Carter or whoever. And I think the Eagles will find that player's just sitting there, and it'll be a player that they can draft and will play right away. And I do think it's important to try to get a guy with that 10th pick that comes in and contributes really quick, So I'm not opposed to it for the right price, how many spots we go back, and if you have a plan on who you want to take. But I'm not looking to do it. It's not like priority. My priority is to stay at 10. And then to use my 2nd 1st-round pick, because this is where I think you play and you make your trade. I personally, in my own opinion, I'd like to keep that 10th pick, get somebody that I know is going to play right away. That 2nd pick, that 30th pick overall, that's the pick I want to move. I want to move it either up or down. I don't know. Pause. Right? But I want to move that pick one way or the other. If I can get up to get like Bijan Robinson or somebody like that and move up into the 1st round, I'll do it. If he's already off the board and I can't do it, then I think, let's say Kalijah Cansey's gone and some of the guys I like, they're not there. At that point, I wouldn't mind trading that 2nd 1st-round pick and moving back into the 2nd round and maybe picking yourself up like a 4th-round pick, something like that. That I'm okay with. I would be willing to do. But that 10th pick is a valuable pick. The only thing is we got to watch is that you may have multiple teams trying to get there because of where it's, where it's located. You figure you got 4 quarterbacks going in the top 10, okay? And if teams feel like there's only one guy that they really like up there that they would be willing to pay, you may get it. You may get a situation where one of the quarterbacks drafted, let's say only three are taken off the board, and somebody's still there at 10, and a team didn't think that player was going to be there, and they want to jump up. So I don't think it's something you can do until the draft night, till you see how the board falls. Then you would know. But I'd have to get a lot. I'm telling you, I want at least the 1st-round pick next year, and I don't want to go back and pick in the 20s. I don't. This team has a very rare opportunity to be a team that was just in the Super Bowl and then to come back and have a top 10 pick. I wonder how many times that has happened in the history of the NFL. I really do. I don't want to blow the opportunity to get a premium player, a foundational building block at 10. So I would say trading back with that number 10 pick is probably my last option, which I want to do. But I understand why a lot of people want to do it. I get the idea. I get the reasoning. But I would honestly, truthfully, rather hit that 10th overall pick and get one really good guy than get a decent guy later in the first round, and then somebody that we just don't know in like the third or the fourth round. So that's my thoughts on it. Would you guys trade up? Would you trade back at 10? Would you stay in the same place at 10? Or you think like me that the second first round is the pick that you move? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. I will definitely talk to you guys later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So it looks like there's reports coming out now that the Commanders will not be in the market for Lamar Jackson. They have no interest. And to me, that's a good thing. Keep him the hell out of the NFC East. I don't want him in our division. I don't. Because I think he would instantly be the second best quarterback in the division behind Jalen Hurts. Of course, Jalen Hurts is number one. Denzel Washington out.